Good morning, everyone. Welcome to your Monday morning espresso shot. So let us begin the heart-focused breathing technique. We're going to do this for 5 minutes. For those of you who are new, we'll do this for 5 minutes. Let's place our awareness in the area of the heart and take slow, deep breaths. Visualize this going in and out of your heart. And just take these slow, gentle, deep breaths and experience them flowing in and out of your heart. Breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would. And just ease into this feeling of calmness. Take slow, deep breaths. Visualize these flowing in and out of your heart. And just experience this amazing feeling that you're getting, this amazing energy. And just take these slow, deep breaths and allow these to flow in and out of your heart, breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would. Beautiful. You may leave your eyes open or closed. It's your choice. But do practice this breathing technique with your eyes open. Because it is there where you actually begin to use it in real life. This is where the power in this technique comes in, when you actually use it with your eyes open. Slow, deep breaths. And visualize these flowing in and out of your heart. Breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would. Slow, deep breaths. Notice if your shoulders are moving up and down. If they are, you may want to stop doing that. This is meant to be a gentle movement. Slow, gentle movement of your body. Beautiful. Today's I didn't know that moment. You know, when I was growing up, um, I used to have a lot of adults that influenced me in the way I think and shaped the way I behave. I didn't realize that until very recently. For example, there were some adults that were influential in my life that indicated to me that given my family history, that I would never be as smart as others. I wasn't going to be excelling in school. Other things that I heard um, about me were that I would never excel in business because my family doesn't have the entrepreneurial roots that's required to actually do well in business. And so the entrepreneurial roots and your ability to expand in knowledge is based on heredity and ancestry. And it was only until recently that I realized that this is a benevolent universe, and that God wants us all to excel in our own way. And then there's the free will part where we choose to do that. And so a part of exercising the free will is to know where our limitations are. For example, if my understanding and limitations are that uh, excelling in anything uh, is you have a ceiling on that based on your ancestry, and if I believe that and if I accept that, the universe's free will says that is a life experience that you want, and that is the life experience we're willing to give you. We're happy to do that. If you decide to break through that limit and saying, no, that's not possible, you know what, life has a lot more to offer. I can break through this limitation by just willing it and allowing the universe to show me the way. The universe will then show you the way. So one of the things that I like to do as an exercise, and please join me in this. This is a three pass exercise. I'll call it a three pass exercise to actually first of all understand your limiting beliefs. Sometimes we don't even know these are limiting beliefs. And so the first pass of this is actually saying to yourself, okay, if I wanted to do anything I wanted in the world, if whatever my desires are, let me just put it down here. Let me write it down, or let me think about it. So the first thing we want to do is first think about what is it that we want to experience uh, as human beings. So we want to experience, let's say, I want to travel all over the world and be paid for that, and I don't have to work. As soon as you say that, you have all this limiting beliefs creeping in. For example, people have told us that you can't do that. You have to save up for it, or you have to work a regular job, and then you can now travel, but only for a week or so, because you need a lot more money to travel. And so we put these beliefs on ourselves. So if that is really an example of your limiting beliefs, now say to yourself, what if that limitation were gone? And now dive deep within and say, what would I want to do if I didn't have that limitation? And you'll see that you will begin to expand your desire only to hit the next limitation where it'll come up for you saying, well, I've got my children here, I've got my spouse here, you know what, I'm comfortable here, I like the weather here. And now all of a sudden I would ask you to take a third pass at this and say, well, expand that. What if it could be expanded beyond that? What if weather was not an issue? What if family was not an issue? What if there was nothing as an issue? Where would your consciousness lead you? What would you expand to? And this is where the magic comes in, because all of a sudden you are slowly peeling away at these limiting beliefs. Now that you've peeled away the limiting beliefs, the next step is perhaps a little bit more difficult, where you have to work at it. And so now that you've brought these limiting beliefs in the forefront, every time your mind says to you, you know what, I can't do this because I need to save up on a lot of money before I do this, catch yourself just by the art of catching yourself there and breathing through it with using the techniques we have done here will allow you to kind of bless those away. And I think that is the strategy we want to achieve. So try that. Let me know how it works. And feel free to check out my Ignite from Inside Out website if you want to join in a more deeper programs and courses. Check that out. Check the Ignite level membership out. All right. It's wonderful. And now let us begin our next level of breathing technique. All right, so let us now begin to place our awareness in the area of our heart. and we're going to do a quick coherence technique, which is an advanced level of the heart mind alignment technique. So let us place our awareness in the area of the heart. Take slow, deep breaths. Visualize these flowing in and out of our hearts. Breathing a little slower, a little gentler, and just settle into this rhythm, this wonderful rhythm that you have. Beautiful. Slow, deep breaths. And make these breaths symmetrical. If you're going to take a 5-second breath in, take a 5-second breath out, and that makes it symmetrical. And it allows your autonomic nervous system to become more balanced. The autonomic nervous system controls 90% of your automatic bodily functions, like breathing, enzyme release, digestion, things like that. So you want to allow it to be balanced, and so take those deep breaths in and exhale and make these very symmetrical. You can practice this driving, you can practice this walking, in the shower, while doing dishes, while cooking. Slow, deep breaths, and just visualize these flowing in and out of your heart. And now what I'd like you to do is to experience a regenerative emotion. Experience gratitude, appreciation. Experience a positive emotion. Reach back from the past. Bring forward an emotion that gives you some exhilaration, that makes you feel alive, that makes you feel excitement. And when you bring back a past memory to do that, to achieve that, your body can't tell the difference. Your body is not aware of the difference. It thinks it's happening right now. And when that happens, there are some biological responses that happen in your body that release anti-aging hormones. Actually stops the stress response and begins to repair and rejuvenate any kind of diseased cells. So this is what we want to do. Experience these amazing emotions and breathe them into your heart and exhale from your heart. Breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would. And in this instant, I want you to experience the what of your desire for 2018. What feeling would you like to have when you are actually immersed in achieving this desire, when you've actually achieved it? What feeling will you experience? I want you to feel that right now. Draw it in your heart and feel that right now. And now anchor the intention that I surrender to how I achieve this feeling. I surrender to the universe, and by surrendering, I will have no specific thoughts or design on how I am going to achieve that feeling. But I'm going to surrender the how to the universe. I will simply follow the cookie crumbs that the universe leaves in its trail to direct me onto this path. And surrender the how. And make your what very strong. That's your feeling. And if it doesn't feel very strong now, practice. Practice the what, practice the feeling of what it feels like when you actually achieve your desire. And surrender the how. Slow, deep breaths. Visualize these flowing in and out of your heart. Breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would. Beautiful.